by now we are ready with our CPU and everything. If we give some input to it, it will process and give me some particular kind of output. And all the memory that we saw in RAM, that was a volatile memory. And we want some memory to be stored. For example, any picture or image or any video, we need to store the data. So people started storing the data using punch cards, which are papers, and they used to make holes into it and then use it once the program is executed. The output used to be stored in that particular piece of paper. This used to be taking long amount of time, and once a hole is punched, we can't rewrite on the same paper, so we need to restart the program again. So that's a manual lot of task involved here. And then people started moving it into electronical ways of doing this process. So they have started using magnetic disks, where they used to write zeros and ones pattern using some magnetic material, and then they used to read it for retrieving the information. And once all this phase has done, people started using compact disks. So compact disks, they used to write zeros and ones in a disk, where they have some optical patterns that, and then optical sensor used to read it and retrieve the data which we have stored. And now the whole technology, as we saw, the Moore's and Moore's law states that we can fit more number of electronic device in a small space in a particular silicon wafer. So that started revolutionizing the memory fields also. And then people started inventing things called solid state drive. So for example, now we can store 1 terabyte of data as long as my hand size. So we can fit 1 terabyte of data, and even we can see some pen drives of 5 GB or anything in a small like a 4 GB or 8 GB or 32 GB or 128 GB in small frames. That is possible because of advent of solid state drives. So generally solid state drives are sheets of matrices, like multiple sheets layered one on one. So each sheet has a number of charge trap flash, which are single units. They are layered as number of, like a matrix, they are layered many charge trap flash in a particular sheet. And then how an individual charge trap flash works is, it will have 8 levels, and electron and then that is used to store information via electrons. So each layer is like a floor in a building. So in the first floor, if electrons are filled, it used to represent a particular pattern, say 1 1 1. Then if it's filled till another level, 1 1 0. So these levels are used to store the binary information. Like generally it uses 3 bits of data, and we can have 8 levels, and electrons are filled into these levels. And once we delete a particular memory, all the electrons from these levels will get erased or moved out of the charge trap flash. So this is how SSDs work.